Hey guys, Steve Washington here. I hope you guys are doing good. Wanted to touch base with you guys today on how real estate investing is by far a team sport. It's not a solo sport. It's not a sport that you're just doing all alone. It's 100% a team sport. But before I went into that, I did want to thank a few people. As you know, it's my intention to share as much content as I can, give as much value as I can. A lot of people have blessed me and helped me and mentored me over the years, some paid and unpaid. And it's my obligation to want to give back to the community that also gave to me. So a few people in particular I wanted to shout out was Dennis Mears, sharing a lot of my posts and a lot of my videos. Really appreciate that. Also Shamika Muhammad, as well as someone named Ryan. Actually, don't know your last name. Billy, and last but not least, my beautiful wife also sharing it as well. So I really appreciate the love, guys, and keep it coming if you don't mind. So getting back to real estate being a team sport, wanted to tell you guys about a deal that we just closed on yesterday. So it's a property out in the Midwest, and we found a deal just through our traditional direct marketing. And this was a deal that we weren't sure what we were going to do with it. I was content with just wholesaling a property. If you don't know what wholesaling it is, it's in a nutshell kind of being the middleman. So we found the opportunity. We put the property under contract at an agreed upon price that we knew was less than what a traditional investor who's going to buy and hold it or buy the property and flip it would be willing to pay. So we were able to negotiate a win-win situation with the property owner. I should add that this property owner is an investor. It's someone who owns several properties in this area. Again, I'm just really pushing at the notion of like, oh, you're just buying it from old ladies and people who don't know what they're doing. Like, no, this person owns a relatively large portfolio, has been in the business longer than me. However, has just decided that this property is a property that they no longer want to deal with. Property had a little bit of the tenants were okay, but the investor is more so looking towards retirement, and this was just probably one of his fattier, if you will, investments. And he's like, "Look, I'm just trimming the fat," and so we were happy to buy it. And but we decided instead of keeping it ourselves, that we were going to just wholesale that property to someone else. So in other words, we put the property under contract with Party A, and then we sold it to another investor who's looking to buy and hold properties in that area. And so it ended up being a good deal for us. How it was a team sport is actually, I guess, to begin with, how we got the lead. So we got the lead from this wasn't a direct marketing. I just thought about it. Sorry. It was through our closing attorney in this market. The closing attorney reached out to us. He said, "Hey, Stephen, I know you guys, buy deals. I know you guys do. Your sellers seem to be happy with you when they're coming in and signing the paperwork and all these things. I actually have a client who is looking to unload some of his portfolio. Would you mind reaching out to him? So of course we were happy to do it. It was a free lead, and we reached out, struck a deal. We're actually buying at least two properties. This is our second property we're buying from this gentleman. There's possibility for more. We'll see how things pan out. And so what happened? So it began with the closing attorney handing us a lead, and then in this particular market, I don't really have a lot of relationships with a ton of buyers out there. So I called one of my fellow investor friends that works out in that market. And I said, "Hey, do you have any buyers, people who you think might be interested in this property?" And she's like, "Absolutely. I know exactly who would probably take this deal down." And we reached out, or she put the deal together. And so everybody's making a piece. Closing attorney is making a piece because he's going to get business again because we brought the property back to his office to do the deal. The person that helped bring the buyer is going to get a piece because they helped put the transaction together. And obviously we're happy to be involved and get a piece as well. And that's just the way the business works. And that so it's a beautiful thing in a sense of you're not doing everything by yourself, But it's also, it can be like any group project, right? Think back high school, college, whatever. When it's time to do group projects, you got some people that's doing all the work and somebody else that's, holding up the whole process or going slow or, whatever. But when it's time for the grade, when it's time for the presentation, everybody's got their hand in. And the same thing happens, unfortunately happens sometime in these team sports as well. But, the key is making sure that you're not that person. Everybody knows who does business with me, and I can say this with a high level of confidence that like I'm not going to be the one slacking on a deal at all. I'm going to be all in. We're going to do whatever it takes to get the deal done, as best as we can, obviously. And I'm in it because I realize it's a team sport. I realize that everybody has to play their part and do their part. And what happens from that is exactly what happened in this deal. We got a referral from a closing attorney. He could have referred it to anybody. He's got, I'm sure, hundreds of clients. But why did he refer it to us? Because we do what he said we are going to do. Responded to his emails timely, not asking for unreasonable things from him, so forth and so on. So I think you guys get the concept. So real estate is a team sport. Also, I just today, I got another email from my insurance agent because we own some properties out there. And I had reached out to the agent maybe 2 months ago. And I said, hey, look, keep us in mind if you ever have any clients who may be looking to, sell some of their properties. He works primarily with investors. If you have anybody that's, ever interested in selling their properties, like just, hey, we buy properties. If they have it all, situation all cleaned up, all super ready to go, then maybe we're not the guy. But, if they got a little bumps or they're looking for speed and convenience, we're happy to help. And yeah, he sent me an email this morning. He's like, yeah, one of my clients definitely says he wants to unload it. And he asked me if I knew anybody. So perfect. Let's see what we can do. Real estate's a team sport. I'm happy to help you any way I can in your development. Wish you guys all the best. Have a great day.